Oh, hey, welcome to Effective Change and our Focus on Fiction section. As you already know, fiction gives an escape from reality, and sometimes it offers a different perspective of it. Our Focus on Fiction segments offer a variety of stories and series to help you get away for just a little while. I've put links in the descriptions to the original author's work and their profiles. Be sure to check it out. There will be a lot of stories from a lot of writers coming up, so be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you'll be notified when the new story comes out. I've also included a link to support me through Ko-fi and PayPal, should you be so generously inclined. And without any further ado, let's get into today's story. A Flash Fiction by Jan Christoph van der Putten. Ravaged Lands. A king watches as a storm ravages his lands, bringing death and despair. Still he clings to hope, unsure if it's misplaced. He should have seen the signs when the wild storm ravaged the countryside, uprooted trees, and unroofed the mud brick huts. The farmers cowered in the dark like rats, frightened by what they thought was God's wrath. All the while he sat safely in his stony castle. Many had come and banged against the impenetrable gates in panic. They begged their king for protection, but he had given strict orders never to open those gates. And while the storm raged on, it picked up the villagers and their beasts of burden one by one. What would be left after this madness? There was nothing he could do now. The storm finally subsided. He walked to the window. His lands were unrecognizable now. The mud brick huts and surrounding fields were faint memories, and a snaggy wasteland replaced the forest. He felt like an enormous weight was pulling him down. Disgusted, he turned away from the window and walked toward the main hall. The castle floors had fallen silent, his servants and knights unable to speak. Their shattered bodies were lying everywhere, a gruesome sight, but it was their accusing eyes that haunted him. He focused on the most important thing, not the realm he had lost, but the hope that he had paid for with his kingdom. He found the stranger waiting at the bright red buzzing portal next to his throne, if one wanted to call it that. The thing had returned to a human form. He saw black oozy orbs where eyes should be, and shadows whirled around the stranger like black veils riding on strange currents. But what really frightened him was the princess in the stranger's arm. "What are you doing, creature?" he bellowed. "You are to cure her! I paid the price for the princess's life."
"Yes," the creature hissed, his voice barely audible because its power would bring this castle down.
I promise to cure your daughter if I may ravage your lands."
"And so you have. The inhabitants of the castle, the folks, and their beasts, the forest, everything that lives in 1,000 miles. Now cure my daughter!"
"I will,"
the eldritch horror hissed and grinned at him.
"but I am nothing but a force of destruction in this world."
It laughed viciously before disappearing through the portal. Legend speaks of the castle of the Mad King, who blinded his eyes to avoid the accusing gaze of the ghosts that haunt him. He crawls through his halls in the darkness, searching for a portal, clinging to the hope that a deal will be honored. I know you enjoyed this story. Show your support to the writer by following the links in the description and sharing it with your friends. Support this channel with likes, shares, and by subscribing. Any donations are greatly appreciated as well.